You're listening to 107.9 FM The Berg. Welcome to Fitness Friday. I'm your host, Meg Boschin. Last week on the show, we talked about the newest movement in movement, the slow fitness trend. People becoming more interested in longevity, mobility, and preventative health. And how we're witnessing it right here in our own little town, where we now have 5 boutique Pilates and yoga studios, where just 2 years ago, we had only one. So I thought, who better to ask than someone who owns one of these boutique fitness studios? I have Laura Dobrich with me today to talk about this trend and find out what motivated her and her daughter Daniela to open their Pilates boutique, Studio 7, right here in Amherstburg. Hi, Laura. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Megs. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh. I don't think people realize just how special this interview is or why. There's a fun fact here, folks. Laura is also my next door neighbor of 15 years. And I can tell you, the last time we've been able to sit down like this and just talk one-on-one, I don't remember when.
I think it's been years since we used to sit at your island and drink green juice.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's been a bit.
So I think we'll both agree, Laura, our lives are anything but slow.
Correct.
So, and it's kind of ironic how we've both ended up in an industry trending on slowing down. So Laura, you're in it. Are you seeing this trend in your studio with your clients?
Absolutely. A lot of women are coming in aged 20 to even mid 70s, coming in looking to slow down, especially the older women that are, more our age, looking just to slow it down a little bit, but also looking for the strength. So it's a catch-22, I guess you could say. So I'm seeing a lot of women our age coming in and, trying to, slow things down a little bit. As you know, we're really busy with children, jobs, our homes, businesses, and women are looking for something just to reconnect their body and their mind, which I really do believe that Reformer Pilates brings.
I agree too. I love Reformer Pilates. I started doing that a few years ago. And the one thing I would always say to people, because it was new, like people didn't really know a whole lot about it. And I'm like, you have to try it. I'm telling you, it is the ultimate workout for middle-aged women.
It really is.
It's low impact.
Yeah.
It's, like you said, mindful. It's connecting. And it's a very small group. So it's very bonding with your group.
It really is. Our intention of opening up Studio 7 was to build a small community where women felt empowered but also felt comfortable coming to our studio. I've seen women building friendships when they come in the door and feeling supported by each other. It's a little nerve-wracking when you first come into your first class if you've never been on a reformer, but everyone just supports each other, and it is empowering, right?
Well, absolutely. The classes are small enough that you feel seen by you, especially as the instructor can see you and see if you're having a hard time.
We only have 8 reformers. Our classes are all guided. Anybody can do Pilates.
I agree.
On the reformer.
Yeah.
All abilities, all weights, sizes, wherever you're at in your fitness
journey.
Thank you. Anybody, honestly. It's just about, adjusting the springs and making modifications in the movements.
I love that you're talking about that because people are intimidated by yoga and Pilates because it has a stigma. Because it had a stigma for many, many years, especially yoga, that it would be big, full classes. And so you wouldn't get the attention you needed. So a lot of people would be doing things incorrectly. There'd be a lot of injury. And that's really why I love what you're doing with your studio. Very small, very intimate. And it kind of, what you're saying leads right into my next question, because there's another trend I wanted to talk to you about specifically, and it's middle-age empowerment. So not only is the fitness we're providing to these women empowering them, but there's something empowering you and I on another level. And it's like women in their 40s, 50s, and beyond are launching themselves into businesses and careers where historically people our age are looking forward to retirement or slowing down. So not, of all things, starting a small business. Like, what the heck?
I think about that often because I think, oh my gosh, 60 is just around the corner for me. And here I am opening up a studio at 58 years old. And I mean, it's always been a dream of mine to have a business, but to be able to open it up with Daniela, my daughter, is a dream come true.
Yes.
Like, I'll get emotional about it, but
it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's amazing. But opening this studio was definitely a dream come true. And it was about helping women. Daniela and I have always put our health and our fitness first and foremost. And it was just about wanting to share that with women in our community and bringing people from all over Essex County and just supporting women. And like I said, guiding them on the machine and helping them in their fitness journey.
Absolutely. Showing them what it looks like. Because you and Daniela are a perfect model of that lifestyle. And it's wonderful. You pretty much answered for me why you did it, and why now.
Yeah.
And I think the great thing, too, with our stage in life is we almost have, like with our daughters, we have like a little safety net there. So
Absolutely.
it's like,
honestly,
hey,
again,
you guys can take over when I'm finished.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. No, we offset each other a lot. When I have things going on or I need to get away and travel, she'll cover and then I'll cover her when she's, on the road. And then we also hired Anna, who's teaching for us as well, who's been a wonderful addition to our little community. But yeah, it's been wonderful, honestly. It's been wonderful.
Great.
And at this stage of my life, I just felt like I want to pay it forward and help women with their journey.
Absolutely.
Because it's not only helped me physically, it's helped me mentally as well. So.
Well, we were talking before the interview about how the last thing you want to do as you age is slow down.
Exactly. I had this conversation with a relative just a couple of days ago. It doesn't matter whether you're coming into Reform or Pilates or you're going to yoga or you're going swimming, whatever you're doing, just keep moving. We're not meant to sit still. We'll become stagnant. We'll lose muscle. We have to keep moving, especially as we get older. And the advantage, I believe, in Reform or Pilates is you gain flexibility, you're gaining strength, balance, core, and you're learning how to intentionally move with breath. I can give you a few examples. We have one girl who has some anxiety issues, and she said that she's taking those breathing techniques outside of the studio, and it's helping her anxiety. It's helping with strength. I have another client who has actually lost 20 pounds, increased her strength, and she's carrying 8-foot tables up and down stairs right now at her job. I have another girl who has scoliosis, who has improved her posture, her strength. She is a teacher. She's able to stand on her feet all day. I have another client who is just coming out of chemotherapy and radiation, who when came into the studio had no strength and not as much flexibility. She has gone from our first class, which is foundation, right through to sculpt and tone, and now is on a jump board in a matter of months. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's been amazing. But you know what? It comes with consistency, right? And
commitment.
Moving.
We talk about that. Commitment.
Absolutely.
Woohoo. Or no, what I talked about it last week too. The new, or another way of saying exercise adherence. Yeah. Like, that's like commitment, folks. That's commitment.
Yeah.
But that is really special. I can see how emotional
I have so
you are
many
when you're
stories I
telling
could
us.
share. And that's the reward of this. And that's why we do what we do. We love helping women.
That's great. And I mean, do you get any men, or is it exclusively women?
Okay. No, we do get some men from time to time. Yeah, we do.
Okay, I was curious. I know even with the Ayama yoga that I do, it's all about mobility, eliminating pain, getting yourselves moving and active again. And so they're all in the same, and they're wonderful. They're a part of this slow fitness trend, 100%, and they are taking over. I think it's pretty clear to see. I do have one last question for you.
Sure.
And okay, I'm dying to know what is behind the name Studio 7.
So Studio 7 came from Daniela. She's always had the name Studio 7 in her mind for a business. 7 being her lucky number, born on the 7th of August. And it's also a spiritual number, symbolizing completeness, self-awareness, a sign of hope, and reaching your full potential, which I thought was so fitting for the studio. It also steeped in positive energy and spiritual vibes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Number 7 is very auspicious.
Very.
That's why I asked. I'm like, I got to know if that's where they're going. And that's great. I love it. It's perfect. So finishing up, Laura,
Yes.
With all your wonderful new information for us, I wonder, do you have any upcoming promotions or events that you'd like to share with our listeners?
We do, actually. We have a lot going on in our studio all of the time. Always having class packs, which we're putting out there every month. We've got some specials in February. We have our Studio 7, which is a membership, which is called Club 7, and it's an unlimited membership. And we also, like I said, we have class packs, we have privates, we have semi-privates. We also host bachelorette parties or just gatherings of girls coming in. But we have one event coming up on March 28th. It's going to be a women's wellness event honoring International Women's Day on March 8th. Ooh. We'll have some classes in the morning. We are hoping to have some maybe mini facials, mini massages. We're just going to make it all about women and wellness. So follow us on Instagram at Studio 7 Pilates Boutique or on our website, or follow us in the Amherstburg Living magazine, because we are putting out an article, I believe quarterly, as well as our ads monthly. So you'll see ads in there about March 28th. We also have the Reform and Rise program, which we just completed our first one, and we've got a second program coming up in March. It's the perfect introduction to someone who's never been on a reformer. It starts March 3rd, runs till the 26th, every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Even if you've been on a reformer before, it just gets you to that next level. So we start out with the foundation, introduce our props, which are balls, bands, weights, and then we move on to sculpt and tone, and then we end with the jump boards. So you're comfortable to come to any class that we offer in our studio.
Perfect. Love it. Everyone's going to be signing up. Thank you so much for joining us today, Laura.
Thank you for having me,
I think we can both agree that slowing down is, as we said, the last thing we should do as we age. The good news is that the latest slow fitness trend supports every age and every stage of fitness. Why not try Studio 7 Pilates Boutique today? You're listening to Fitness Friday on 107.9 FM, The Berg, with me, your host, Meg Boschin. I've been chatting with Laura Dobrich, owner of Studio 7 Pilates Boutique. If you're just tuning in or just can't get enough of Fitness Friday, you can catch the replay today at 4:30. This is Fitness Friday, where we talk fitness for mind, body, and soul.